Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Jai Shri Ram. Welcome to our next episode in our complete reading of Valmiki Ramayana. In the previous episode, we saw how SriRamchandra took leave of or requested that he be allowed to go to the forest now from his father, and how Dasaratha maharaja was not accepting it. Sumantra goes and tries to put some sense in Kaikeyi's mind. That doesn't work that way. He in fact recounts the story of Kaikeyi's father and mother, and how her father almost was about to die because of her mother's request, and how her mother says, even if you die, I still want to know what you have just heard from those ants. And how her father rejects that request, and he says, please don't go in that path, go in the path of good people, don't go in the path of your mother. Kaikeyi does not listen, and now Dasaratha Maharaja again gains consciousness, and he says, send 11,000 soldiers along with SriRamchandra, send dancers, send musicians, send a lot of people along with SriRamchandra, ensure that he gets food for all the 14 years from the state's Dhanyagara or from the state's granary, ensure that there are good people around him, ensure that for all these 14 years they live in a very, very comfortable life even in the forest. I am ordering all this. Send as much as possible, send as much as army as possible, put him under a very good security cover. Dasaratha Maharaja starts giving all these orders, and here when Dasaratha Maharaja is giving all these sorts of orders, Kaikeyi gets angry, and she walks up to Dasaratha Maharaja and says, if you are sending away all the money, all the food, the best of the dancers, the best of the ministers, even the people, what is Bharata going to come and rule here? I am not going to accept this, and SriRamchandra should go to the forest the way Asamanjasa, who is Sagara's son, we all heard of his story, right? In the previous episodes, the way he went to forests, even SriRamchandra should go to the forest in the same way. Listening to this, one of the ministers, his name is Siddhartha, he gets extremely angry. But before Siddhartha speaks, Dasaratha Maharaja speaks and says, why did you not ask for all these before? In your initial request to me, you never asked all this. You just said that SriRama should go to forest for 14 years. And Dasaratha Maharaj was about to explode, and given his situation, given his age, that might be very, very detrimental to his health, Siddhartha, the minister, he stepped up and asked Kaikeyi, hey Kaikeyi, why are you telling this? Asamanjasa was sent to the forest by Sagara because he harmed the kids, because he killed the kids of the country. And hence the father Sagara banished Asamanjasa for life from the kingdom. SriRamchandra did not do any of that sort. SriRamchandra's charitra, his character, his behavior till date does not even have a single dark mark. In that case, oh Kaikeyi, why are you pushing for this? This is not acceptable. As the fight was going on, SriRamchandra quickly intervened and said, oh father, imagine there is a person who has given his elephant as a dana, as a donation, as an alms to someone. Will he be really interested about the thread, or the rope that is tied to the back of an elephant? No, right? I have given my own properties. I have given whatever you have bestowed with me, whatever properties I got, I have already given all of them as donations or as alms or as charity. Now you are asking me to take all these with me? No, I am going to the forest as a tapasi. So let me go there as a tapasi only. The moment she heard this, Kaikeyi quickly went and brought the Nara chiras, the cloth that was made out of the tree barks. She brought them and she put them there so that SriRama and Lakshmana can wear them. SriRama and Lakshmana quickly wear those ones in the hall itself. And all of a sudden, they see that even Kaikeyi has brought those clothes even for Sita. Sita takes it from Kaikeyi, but she doesn't know how to wear it. Now SriRamchandra quickly drapes this Narachira on her dress, and all these women in the Antapura, they start crying. And when they are all crying, Vasishtha Maharshi gets angry. He steps up and says to Kaikeyi, oh Kaikeyi, why are you doing this? The Vanavasa was given only to SriRamchandra. Okay, if Lakshmana is wearing those clothes and going, it's fine, but why are you giving these clothes to Sita also? Because Sita, there is no wish from your side that Sita should go to the forest and she should, wear this sort of things and go. No, there is no rule like that. Hence, you can't do this to Sita Ma. And Vasishtha Maharshi is saying, I as a Purohita, I am not going to let you do this. I have an authority here. And he gives all the reasons and all the explanations as to why Sita Ma should be wearing the best of the clothes as she is going to the forests. Now, in the meantime, all the women there, they come and plead with SriRamchandra saying, why are you taking Sita Ma with you? We are all here. We are all women. We are all going to take care of Sita. Why do you want to take her along with you? Then Sita Ma quickly intervenes and says, no, I want to go with my husband. It is not that he is inviting me to come there. He is not forcing me to come there. Out of my choice, I am going. Hence, please don't put a new trouble in the road. I want to go. When Sita Ma says like this, all the women are shocked. Now, Dasaratha Maharaja gains his conscience once again. Vasishtha Maharshi says, see, you are doing this to SriRamchandra, but I am telling you, even Bharata and Shatrughna might even end up wearing these clothes because they love SriRamchandra so much. And you are thinking that by doing this to Sita, by doing this to SriRama, by doing this to Lakshmana, you are going to get a great favor from Bharata. No, I know my Sishya. He is a person of Dharma. When Bharata comes here, he is not going to accept whatever you have done. So, Kaikeyi, please don't make your life so troublesome. Please don't put the king in a spot. Please don't make all these people suffer. Vasishtha Maharshi says all this. In the interim, Dasaratha Maharaja once Vasishtha Maharshi stops. Dasaratha Maharaja says, my Guru has spoken. Vasishtha is the Guru for me. What he said is truth. He immediately looks at Sumantra and says, if SriRamchandra, Lakshmana and Sita, they really want to go to forest, let them go, but I want you to get the best of the chariots and you decorate it very well. It should have good space for all of these people to sit, okay, and I want them to go in that way. And then he calls the Koshadhikari. Look at his love for Sita here. My voice is going bad. Looking at the father-in-law's love for his daughter-in-law, I really wish the world lives like that forever, because look at Sita Ma's respect towards Dasaratha and look at Dasaratha's respect for Sita Ma, or Dasaratha's love for Sita Ma. Dasaratha says, she has come from Janaka's home here. She looked at me as if she was taking care of her father. She was there with my son all through. And how do you think I am going to send her to the forest like this? I am not going to do it. He calls his Koshadhikari and says, from now for 14 years, just look at the amount of saris that she would need. Get so many good silk saris. They should be made of fine silk. Wherever they are, get them immediately. And from head to toe, she should wear all the good ornaments that a woman needs to wear. Get all those ornaments. Bring them here. Okay, SriRama might go the way he pleases because, yes, Vanavasa is given to him. But for Sita, she always remains the Bahu of this family, and the daughter-in-law of this family cannot and should not look bad. Koshadhikari gets all of them. Kausalya is bedecked in that beautiful jewellery and in the beautiful saris. The women folk, they quickly do this. SriRamchandra goes, touches the feet of his father. Then he requests, oh Maharaja, Ma Kausalya has suffered a lot till now. Kindly ensure that she is happy. Kindly ensure that she is not troubled anymore. Look at the love that SriRamchandra is professing for his mother. Dasaratha Maharaja cries. He is not able to say anything. He hugs and cries. And he says, SriRama, that would be done. And SriRama tells multiple things about Kausalya. He says she is innocent. You have to take care of her. She has been fasting. She has been doing that. She has been doing this. Dasaratha Maharaja listens to all of that. And all the women in the palace, they are crying. And some of them are cursing Dasaratha Maharaja for taking this sort of a decision or for not able to count Kaikeyi's words. And then SriRamchandra, Lakshmana and Sita Ma, they all go to Kausalya, take her leave. They have already prostrated and did all the pranams to Dasaratha. Hence they are moving to Kausalya, and in front of Kausalya Ma, they prostrate. Kausalya Ma gives them her blessings. I mean, the way Dasaratha gave his blessings, saying that, hey SriRama, your Vanavasa will happen successfully, quickly, and you will come back. See, the Kausalya also blesses the same way, and then she hugs Sita Ma and says, We women have a weakness. We women have some issues because Yesha Swabhavo Narinam Anubhuya Purasukham Alpamapyapadam Prapya Dushyanti Prajahatyapi. In this world, women who are not having paativratya, when their husbands give them utmost respect, when their husbands give them a lot of happiness also, but when the husbands get into a bad state, these women start insulting them. When the time of the husband goes bad, these women start insulting them. And he says there is a swabhava, there is a behavior of the women who have a lot of comforts, who enjoy a lot of sukha also. When they get a small trouble, they quickly go back, and at times they even leave their husbands in the moments of danger. All it takes for a woman to go into the bad path is a few bad thoughts, and then they behave in a very, very weird way. So at times our minds go so fragile that in 1 second, we lose all the love on our husbands. Nakulam nakrutam vidya nadattam napicha sangraha strinam gruhnati hridayam anitya hridayahitaah. So their minds are a little fickle. Whatever help the husband has done, whatever education he has, whatever danas he has done, all this might not even attract the woman. But if a woman is good, if she is a pativrata, her mind would always stand by her husband. So please don't insult my son, whether he has money or he does not have money. Please take care of your husband as if he is God. Sita Mata, she just heard this, and then she says, Karishye saramevaham arya edanusastimam abhigyasmi yadha bhartur vartitavyam srutam chame. I'll do as you have ordered me. And then she says, I am not a bad woman. I know such women are there, but the way moon's light will never leave a moon, I will never leave the dharma. And then this is one of the greatest slokas of Srimad Ramayana. This is the 29th sloka of the 39th sarga of Ayodhyakanda. Natantri vajite veena, nachakro vartate radha, napadis sukamedheta, Yasyadavi Satatmaja. She says, without strings, a veena will not make sound. Veena is a musical instrument. So without strings, a veena will not make sound. Without a wheel, a chariot will not move. Similarly, even 100 sons will not give happiness to a wife when her husband is not there. So I will always, the father, mother, son, all these people would give some happiness to the woman, but that's limited. Only husband can give unlimited happiness. So how do you think I'm going to leave my husband? No. How do you think I'm going to insult? I will never even listen to an insult of my husband. So forget I insulting my husband. And when the moment Sitama said this, Kauslaya hugged her again, and her tears of joy and tears of sorrow came out of her eyes at the same time. And then they took leave from her. She gave her Ashirvachana. From there, they went to Sumitrama, and here Sumitrama tells a lot of good things to her son. And then she says, Ramam Dasaratham Vidhi, Mam Vidhi Janakatmaja, Ayodhyam Atavim Vidhi, Gaccha Tata Yathasukam. She blesses her son. She tells a lot of good things, how her son should behave in the forest. And then finally she says to Lakshmana, Oh Lakshmana, think that SriRama is Dasaratha. Think that I am Sita. Means she's asking to see the mother and father in Rama and Sita. And Ayodhyam Atavim Vidhi, think that the forest itself is Ayodhya. Go my son, stay there happily and come back quickly. After all this is done, they get all the blessings, and then SriRamchandra, Lakshmana, Sitama, and by this time the Koshadhikari has brought all the saris, I told you, right, and all the jewelry, all that were put in the chariot. Sitama was already bedecked in the jewelry and those wonderful saris, and then they take leave, and then they quickly move towards the chariot, and the chariot starts. It starts going fast. All the people, they'll be running beside the chariot, and they'll be saying to Sumantra, drive this chariot slowly. Please don't drive it fast. We all want to follow SriRamchandra. Sumantra does not relent. And then all of a sudden, Dasaratha Maharaja comes onto the balcony of the palace, and he says, Stop. SriRamchandra says, don't stop. Let's move on. And Sumantra says, what if the king asks me when I get back, why you did not stop Sri Ramachandra, say that you are not able to hear. Now, this is a very interesting statement, because you saying a lie and you making somebody else say a lie, both of them are not two different things. It's one and the same thing actually. But then why did Sri Ramachandra do this? That's because when you have to save a bigger dharma, you can avoid a smaller dharma with a lie. For example, if imagine there is a cow that is running and there is a man running behind it with a sword to kill it. All of a sudden, the cow has entered your house and it has entered one of the rooms and you locked it. Now the man with the sword comes there, or with the butcher's knife, he comes there and says, where did the cow go? And you say, well, I don't know. Okay, now here you might get the asatya dosha, but then it will be nullified because you are trying to protect a bigger interest of dharma, which is saving a cow's life. Okay, so that way that would not count as a wrongdoing. Okay, that's why, because these are few things on which many people comment a lot. People who don't love Sri Ramachandra, who don't love Sanatana Dharma, who are not truthful in the first place, they keep doing all these sorts of comments. So it's important that we know that why this has happened, and that way Sri Ramachandra leaves Ayodhya and Dasaratha Maharaja falls back in the palace. Now, what will happen to Dasaratha Maharaja? What is going to happen with Sri Ramachandra? Well, that we are going to see in our next episode. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pasyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Sarvam Sri Sasana Maharaj Swam Charana Arvindar Padamastu. Swasti. Jai Shri Ram.